I pressed to go live already. I'm just waiting. Woo, there it goes. What is up, everybody? Hey, I'm sure some of you guys were aware of what's been happening in the last week or two, and some of you guys are worried where we would be, but we are back. We didn't leave, we go for like a week. We're back though, and we, as always, will recap NXT. I am Katrina, host and creator of In Cat We Trust, and a host of other amount of jobs that I have. And I am here with my twinny twin, everybody's favorite duo. I feel like we're going to make a shirt at some point. My sunshine, Shayna. How are you today?
I'm so glad because the duo is back. They couldn't kill us. We're still going.
We're gonna get that away. They couldn't kill us. Oh, listen, that'd be the motto, guys. But yes, we are happy to be back. I just want to say, I was very touched that some of you guys seemed really distraught that we were potentially not being around. But again, me and Shay have been friends a very long time. Before brands, we were friends.
Watching mental breakdowns every time Finn lost.
We've been friends since the viewing parties at the bar. When Shay became a meme, it was a big thing, guys. It was a big thing. We've been friends a long time, and I already know she always loved NXT, and NXT has definitely been a joy to watch. Sometimes I had to be like ranting, but for the most part, it's a good show to watch. So we're so glad that you guys really let us know how you felt about us potentially not being here, but we are back for In Cat We Trust in the Big Top Theory podcast. I'm too confused. Wait, what? That was a really weird comment. Hey, I know you were one of them, and we appreciate you, Roderick. Truly. But what were your thoughts? So this is the episode before No Mercy. What were your thoughts about this episode as a whole?
I thought it was cute. I think it had some bright spots. There were some spots I was looking like, but there were mostly good spots. Like, I can't complain. So I'd say I liked it. I feel like NXT has been on point like for a good minute now, and I'm like so happy.
No, it's been. Listen, I've been watching. Listen, I don't know because it's more brighter. Is that what it is? Is it the background? Is that what's going on? Or is it because that weird creepy comment? Because I don't know what wife's girlfriend. I don't know what that means. I mean, we give up boyfriends and girlfriends. Let a sister know. But hey, hey, thank you for being here as always. Love you guys. But yeah, no, I thought this was a really solid episode. I have to say, we're gonna get to it eventually, but Trick Williams really impressed me this week. I was like, okay, right, Trick. I wasn't sure what she was gonna do after Carmelo because but I'm seeing the shining happening. I appreciate this, and so I agree. It was a pretty solid episode. I'm even more excited for No Mercy. I mean, do I think somebody doing No Mercy? That's a wrap for another day. With Becky and her match in the beginning, rematch somebody asked for. I'm like, who asked for this? Like, why do you think you get a rematch? Nobody else get a rematch when you was champion without rematches, but now it's Becky. You get a rematch. Get real. I don't like that, but here we are. I just, it's not. This is a really small red. It's not big yet. We didn't get there yet. I felt the need to say that because No Mercy is coming up. That it's the audacity because she has.
Is it on Saturday or Sunday?
I want to say it's Saturday. I want to say it's Saturday. Oh man, let me do a double check. I feel like it's Saturday. I do, but
I wish we were talking about AEW because I have some words. I am upset. I don't know what is going on. Like the security team, AEW and freaking NXT have the worst security team ever. Why is everyone always getting jumped?
So they're saying it's Saturday. Thank you guys. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't, I really don't watch AEW like I probably because there's just some people that really upset me. And the next time I think about Tony Khan crying before shows, I just get annoyed. I think that's what it is. I think me being there in person and watching him come out crying, and I'm just like, maybe it's the New York in me that I'm just like, but why? And I'm a crier, but why? Like, how are you crying for? Get that together. Like, I don't know, suck it up. And so I think that's why I can't watch. And then, but there's some people on AEW I do like, because my guy Aleister Black's on there and Blake's on there, and but I know you're talking about Jay White. I know that's talking about, and I don't really like him, but I get it. I understand the vibes. But let's jump into it right into Before No Mercy. And so this again was some really solid matchups, starting with the Global Heritage Invitational Final. And so this I was really, really impressed with. This was with Butch versus Joe Coffey, which I don't even know, but whatever. And so I really thought this match delivered, honestly. I do think, and this is maybe a personal preference, I do think that Butch's matches with Axion and Tyler Bate was a little bit better. And this is just me being picky. And maybe it's because I don't like Joe Coffey as much as I like Butch, but I'm a big Tyler Bate fan and I'm a big Axion fan. And so for me, I thought this wasn't like, it was great. It just wasn't like for me hitting the way it was with other matches. But I still think in regards, Joe Coffey really showed out, and I feel like this was pretty well. So there was a moment during the match that Wolfgang took a cheap shot to Butch's right hand. And then Mark Coffey attempted to get involved. The referee had to throw them both out, and it was like, yes, because they were mad annoying. And so I was great with that, them getting taken out. There was a moment where Joe did catch Butch in a crossbody into like a German suplex, and then Glasgow send-off, which I thought was really solid transitions. And Butch was able to fight back, but then he wound up getting put into like a hit by a clothesline, which I thought was like, oh damn. And then Joe also did another Glasgow send-off into the All for the Best for the Bells. Again, another solid transition, but Butch managed to kick out. And so I thought, again, this was, this is more of a me being picky. I did think it was a lot happening in the match, but in a good way. And even with everything happening, Butch wound up sending Joe into the steps. And I feel like Joe actually hit most of his big shot moves to Butch, but Butch wound up doing what he does. And he hit the bitter end in the ring to win this match. And he earned a Heresy Cup match at No Mercy. And so I was really excited about that. I also did like Metaphor's outfit. The outfits are great. I was like, yes, they've been starting the last couple of weeks, but I thought they had really solid outfits this time. But this was a really, really, really good match. Again, this is me just being picky in regards to my preferences for Tyler Bate and Axiom. It's just me just being picky because I have preference for them over Joe. But I thought Joe really, this was probably his best match. And it maybe it could be because he's wrestling Butch. That's probably why. Now, am I hoping Butch wins this? Yes. I'm going to be kind of devastated to have the man come down here and then win the tournament to get the match and not win. Because it's like, why are we playing games, guys? I do want him to win at No Mercy, but we'll see. What were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, they definitely did their thing. I really, really enjoyed it, honestly. And I'm really glad that Butch won because I just obviously think he's really fantastic. It was really cool when we saw that he was gonna, be a part of this because I knew he was gonna give us looks. Like he was gonna, looks. I'm looking at Metaphor. They just took my mind because I was like, looks. He was gonna give us what we were looking for match wise, and I feel like him and Axiom were definitely the MVPs of this tournament. Like they gave the best matches. I was a little afraid because Joe Coffey has this way of ruining joy. He does it often. He did it when the New Day were champs, and then they ended up winning when everyone wanted everyone but Gallus to win. They won. Gallus has the joy ruining, and then he did it again. They did it again I think it was last week when they had the triple threat. with Axiom and Duke Hudson, I believe, or what was it, Nathan Frazier? I forgot who. Again, everyone wanted everyone but him to win. Somehow he did. So I was like, if he does it again, because that's literally his favorite thing to do is ruin and kill my joy, I will be very upset. But he didn't. Butch got it. And you know what? I already said I wouldn't mind if they keep beating Noam and then we get him in one of his sad moments where he's not wearing shoes and then he wins it back and then he loses his shoes again. Do it over because it's funny as hell. So, yeah, Butch, take it.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, I agree. I definitely was a little bit worried, just a little bit. But, Pete Dunne, whatever we're gonna call him, people, he's I was always a fan of him. I mean, when he was in NXT before, and why I do like him with Sheamus. Rich Holland is gone now, right? If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
I don't know.
During those cuts, was he one of the people that got cut? Did I read that wrong? I gotta probably double look on that. But if he's still there, my apologies. I'm just, I wasn't. Oh, so he was. Yeah. I did like him with Sheamus. Rich Holland, I didn't really have any thoughts. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. But Sheamus is my guy, and so having him teamed up with like the guy who just want to fight all the time, I liked it. I'm not always fond of that kind of gimmick, but it worked with Butch. It did. And so I'm hoping he wins it. And I know people like Nonda, I know, but it's just me, again, having a personal bias here, which is my guy. I've been a fan of him for so long that I'm like, yes, if he's going to come back down here, I'd like to let him win. Please don't do us like they did, somebody. And just speaking of Mustafa Ali, I'm hoping the best for him. I saw him post up his email. Yeah. Oh, my bad. I thought.
Oh, I was like, I was shocked. I'm like, what?
Let's see. I gotta look now because I don't know if he was taken or not. Let's see.
Let's talk about the metaphors looks though. They did Jumanji. They did freaking the Ice Storms. They did the Matrix. Then they did the Kentucky Derby, as Jeffrey said. I feel like there was another one too, but I can't remember it.
Yeah. No, I thought they were solid. I thought they looked, but I felt like this one in particular was really. It was like, okay, all right, I'm liking it. I think he's still with them, so that's good. That's good then. I'm guessing he's still with them. So that's good. My bad. But otherwise, I thought this. I definitely just interested to see where they go with this.
Same. 100%. I would be. I mean, hey, obviously Butch has nothing going on at the moment, and I feel like NXT has been really hot. Why not? Why not have him there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. We'll see what they do going forward. And so this now leads us to our match with Trick Williams versus Joe Gacy, who was accompanied by Ava. And so this, was a decent match, not bad. There was a moment, when Trick was asked about Carmelo Hayes versus Alan Dragunov, and he seemed a little bit upset about that, changed the subject, and I'm not really sure why he's upset, but he was. This wasn't a long match though, and it's unfortunate because, I like Trick Williams getting his time to himself. I do like, them trying to move him away from Carmelo. But I mean, I don't know how I necessarily feel, about like Joe Gacy. And not because I was actually a fan of Joe Gacy in the Indies. And so I'm not really sure what's happening with his story now in WWE. But it's just, I thought it could have gave us more. It was a very quick match to me. I felt like it made Joe Gacy look actually not something to be worried about, honestly. I felt like this was a match that didn't really make him look, great.
Yep.
Joe Gacy did try to do his upside down, but Trick did a running knee. He wound up winning the match. And I don't know. I just feel like, we got to see what they can do with Joe Gacy, because it's a really weird thing now that, you know, the dyad is gone. And you know that they were doing that anyway, and they were just kind of biding their time for their contracts to run out. And so, and then we don't really know what Ava's doing right now currently. She's just kind of there. And so I feel like what they need to do with Joe Gacy, honestly, is let him take a couple of weeks and then reset him. Something needs to be reset. Maybe he needs to go to the woods like everybody else goes to the woods. I don't know. But he needs to reset. He definitely does, because it's not hitting. But I wish it was a longer match. It wasn't. But Trick did win. And then again, he had an interview with Kelly Kinsett, who, you know, he did promise you win his own gold after being kind of annoyed about being asked about Carmelo. And it's possible, since, you know, Dragon Lee hasn't been able to beat Dominic. And so maybe the next person left to do this will be Trick. And so I also did like that Trick Williams got the chant from the crowd, whooped that Trick, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was funny, reminded me of Hustle and Flow. But I think this was very, very, very well done. And I agree, Chris. Sometimes Booker T gets on my nerves, but he definitely made the interest better. He definitely does. But yeah, and then apparently later on, Trick will go to Shawn Michaels for a request. But yeah, otherwise it was an okay match. I just thought they should have gave them some more time. What were your thoughts about this matchup?
Yeah, no, it was kind of just like there. I think that the match was more so just to push forward the story of Trick, you know, trying to get his own foot in there, like with things, and not just be Carmelo's hype man. I don't know. This feels weird. It's either gonna be I don't know which one. Like at this point, it's really hard to tell which one is gonna really pull the switch and turn the heel and kind of go after the other. I can't really tell. It could go either way, really, because I could see why Trick would have resentment. I could see why Carmelo would have resentment. So yeah, this is crazy. But yeah, I love the entrance. Whoop that Trick. Aw. I like it. I love it.
Oh my god. No, that movie was a bop, okay? Like it was a good movie. I mean, if that will make him be more interesting, I guess. But as y'all all know, a girly is just really not, you know, a girly is not interested. I did say it. A girly is just not really interested in Von Wagner. I'm not. I mean, I try and I'm not. I'm not.
Hating,
With that,
is it hating, or is it just stating the facts, though?
I mean, I get it. I get it. I don't necessarily have the beef that you have, you know, with him. I feel like that beef is safe for certain people, for me. And y'all know who those people are.
No.
So, but I get it. I get it. That's how I feel about looking at certain people every time, like, oh, this will be asked for, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's partially a problem, but it's also just, it's a definitely some jealousy there. It was obvious, and you can tell by him for just changing the subject instead of saying, "Oh, he got it," and then you can move on. You didn't even have to, you know, change the subject necessarily like that. But yes, this now leads us into a matchup with Josh Briggs, who was accompanied by Fallon Henley, versus Baron Corbin. And so, you know, I feel like because I just have to say this, because Fallon, I don't know why she really thought that Josh had a chance in this. And not that I like Baron Corbin, because it's not like I like him. I really don't. But like, ma'am, I am all for supporting you people, but I also am all for being honest. And I feel like if I go and tell somebody, ooh, I'm about to fight Ronda Rousey, and somebody then tell me, oh, Katrina, you got this, I'm going to have to end our friendship, because clearly you are lying to me. Katrina, like, you know, I'll talk my shit, but I'm not going to act like I know. Like, let's go, Space. She knows her stuff. I don't know all that, and so we don't need to lie. And I'm like, now, Fallon, girl, Just like to be delusional all around, I see. So apparently she was the only person who seemed to think he was going to win. I don't know why anybody thought that. And so Josh did think, I don't know what he, I thought he matched Baron's strength in regards to like certain moments. That was decent. But this was also another situation that, I do think Josh could have been put over more in this matchup, and that's unfortunate. And I obviously know that the goal was kind of to have Baron look strong for his thing with Braun Breaker. And both, it's just, I don't really know why Josh had to kind of take the heat for this, because this is definitely a squash match. So Josh had more strength and had about the same hours, but Baron was a little bit faster. He did his end of days, which I do respect the move, to win this match. Then afterwards, he called out Braun Breaker, who headed to the ring. And as soon as he did, he took a shot, which led them to fighting and the officials having to come and break it up. And again, I'm not really sure if I understand why we're getting this match between Corbin and Baron, only because they're both heels. So what are we getting? Well, what is the outcome? Like, is it just egos? What's happening? I feel like that's the issue with this. But this was a really quick match, another squash, if you will. And, I will say, because I feel like Braun with the goatee and he reminds me of this guy I know used to be at a gym I used to go to years ago. Like, he's just there ready to tell you about his plan of, being the personal trainers who be trying a little too hard, and you're like, all right, calm down, my guy. I feel like that's what's going on. If Dom had hair, because I feel like Dom was always, he had that little bit of fuzz in the first movie. Again, I'm talking about with when they try to act like he had hair, but we know he's basically almost, he's bald. Like they were playing games. I feel like maybe if he wasn't bald, then yes, I can see the vibes. But all I'm saying is, I'm guessing this is an ego thing, only because what is purpose of this match? What do we know? Who's better? I am more entertained by Braun, personally. But I know Baron's a safe worker. I'm just never, he bores the hell. He really bores me, even when he went. And then, like I said, I just reaffirmed my boredom when he went to the woods and nothing changed. Yeah, but his theme song changed, I guess, right? That, nobody asked for all that. And so, that's the match we got. Again, this is obviously prepping him up for this matchup between him and Braun Breaker. But what were your thoughts on this very, very quick match and the after segment?
I enjoyed it. It was short, but it was cute for what it was. I think one thing about Josh Briggs is the more I notice, he has a lot of impact, in the ring. He's a very impactful wrestler, which is always fun to watch. I didn't think he was winning. So you're right about that. Fallon, stop lying to your people, because you do it too often. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. As Jeffrey said, she just had a birthday, so I'm gonna let it be. Even though birthday punches is a thing, but I said I'm gonna let it be. Baron, you're not winning against Bully Braun. Big body Bully Braun. He getting another W. Stop playing with him. He already told y'all what type of time he was on. Whether I agree with his actions or not, he is setting a boundary. He said, this is what I'm willing to do. So if you're not willing to do that, don't talk to me. But they keep trying. So Baron, you about to be the next. Okay?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I don't think he's winning. I would actually be upset if Baron wins, because it's like, why? I just I don't know why they do this to me with the shenanigans on NXT, and I'm like, who asked for this person to come? It's like the same thing when they got Jinder Mahal. Why was he here? We didn't ask for him. It's like, why is Tiffany a champion? Why was she champion? We didn't ask for that. It's vibes. Okay, and see what I'm talking about. These shenanigans right here. And yes, Chris, thank you. She's been getting side eye for months. Why? Because she would have come out starting with Kiana and Jade. First of all, just because you can't figure out what you feel for your friends or whatever, that's not Kiana's fault. Okay? Kiana was on job time. I'm saying the job time because she got a 401k. That was part of her plan. What about you, sis? What about you? And so here we are. Don't you tell me. First of all, let me put this comment. You mean he sees something in them? In who? Baron? Baron Corbin? Sean has to see something for him? Are we playing this game? Did he not see the last 5 years? What else do you need to see? What have we got? So please somebody find me a match where I was like, oh, Katrina, I'm wrong. Let me know. Find that match where I'm sitting here like, you know what, Baron? My bad. My bad. I was wrong. Find me that match where I'm like, oh, this is a great ass match. I'm going to sit here with my snacks and watch it again. When? Find me that. Okay? Sean, I need to send him back here to like him. He could have stayed doing his little poor Corbin act and I would have been fine because I have to see him on my screen. Okay? Like, now when Mustafa came back, I was hyped. You get Butch, I was hyped. Becky, hype. But Jinder Mahal and Baron, be real. Absolutely not. Terrible. Terrible. But, for what? To bore me some more? For me to have to turn the TV off? For me not have to watch NXT now because I'm sad? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you guys want from Katrina? For me to just be like, you know what, guys? I don't need to watch NXT today. Not just put on AEW. Is that what y'all want? Is that what y'all want me to do? Watch AEW? Is that what we're doing? Like, I just, you know. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I'll tell you what he sees. She's blonde. That's what he sees in Tiffany. She's blonde. Okay? How's that bottom looking? That's the question we need to ask Tiffany. How's the bottom looking? How's that looking? Sorry, guys. I am well. Thank you. I am well. I had to do a little ranting, but I'm fine. We're good. Good vibes. Good vibes. I'm fine. But thank you guys. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you. Thank you, Andre, for popping in. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. We love you guys for coming on. And thank you. Super awesome. You know, I see one door closes. You know, so thank you. I appreciate you guys. Truly. Thank you. I will never stop. Have you learned nothing as long as you've been watching us on NXT? When has I ever stopped? I'll stop in my grave. And even then, I don't think I will. I think I'll come back and haunt people to let people know who sucks. I'm going to be, ooh, somebody's watching Corbin and I'm in my grave. Let me just come out a little spirit board and be like, oh, Corbin still sucks. Okay, spell that out. Spell that out in some fog in the glass. Corbin sucks. And then go back to the other part where I'm at. I don't know where. I'm hoping to make it to a certain place. But if I happen to go somewhere else, you know what? At least people will be entertained. You know. You know what? I'm not gonna say that this time. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let my ranting go because I was about to. I don't think I love Ron and all, but I don't think he can out-rap me. I don't think he can. I really don't think he can. Honestly, I do not think he can out-rant me. Yeah. As far as top 5, damn, that's hard. Because I like Iron Dragunov. That's my guy right there. I like Carmelo Hayes. That's my guy right there. Damn, only 5? Oh, crap. Roxanne Perez. I like her. Even though Blair Davenport is doing a lot, I like her, but I feel like mine's come off from from NXT UK. This is really hard. You want me to pick 5?
Okay, I think I may have mine.
I'm gonna go with Axiom as well because he's always had me entertained in matches. I feel like, you know,
That's good.
And I feel like I don't even know that's my final 5, honestly, because I feel like I can make a case for a few of them. But those 5 I'm giving you right now.
All right. Mine would be Dragunov, Goatee, Sir Goatee, Axiom. You know, I go hard for Axiom. You know, I love Axiom. I'd probably say Gigi Dolan. I have a soft spot for Gigi. Like, I can't explain it, but I just have such a soft spot for her. Carmelo, and then I would say Braun probably. No, but then I want to say Eddie Thorpe. Oh my god, this is so hard.
Right? I was like, wait a minute, I know there's one in five wrestlers like an NXT. That makes it so hard. But yeah, yeah. Those are five I'll give you now. I feel like, you know what, and then I will have to stop watching. I feel like why would I want that? Why would you put that negativity out there? See, like, I mean, it was alright. I mean, I guess the Lone Wolf was okay, but even when he was the Lone Wolf, I was not impressed. I feel like I was more impressed with the documentary they explained, like, during the time he was, like, showing what he was doing to people who's being a bit of an asshole. That was more entertaining than me watching him as Lone Wolf. So, I don't know. My Corbin dislike is years in. This is like how I feel about Cody. It's years in. Years in. I don't think it's going to change. And I don't like Goldberg either. So, in that regard, honestly, Ron, Bad Guy Jack is absolutely correct. Because don't even get me started on Goldberg. Like, I can, ooh. Maybe get started. Don't get me started about Goldberg. It's his non-wrestling ass. Alright. Anyway. Let me
say something.
What happened?
Bad Guy is not a real Juventud fan.
That is coming right in. Wait, that is coming right in that part. You know what, Ron? Thank you. Because, like, every time I go, oh my god, Goldberg's amazing. What do you guys watch? Is this multiverse? Is this multiverse Goldberg we watching? Is this another version that's just great? Did he not say on WWE TV he knew he couldn't wrestle? He said it was out of his own mouth. I feel like he said it. What are you guys ignoring that part? He sat on WWE TV wasting Katrina's time, okay? Wasting my time talking about, oh, I can't wrestle. We know! You get your little spear in, and you're gone. Then you sit here and, like, bang your head, give your own self-concussions. Be ridiculous. Pure shenanigans. So anytime there's Goldberg hate, I will always talk right there with you. Because Goldberg, no. Okay? Let's get me upset. But I love that he talked right after that. But let me. But let's bring it back into NXT. Sorry, guys, I derailed a little bit, just a little. Hold on, why my notes playing around? Let's not do that. Let's get this together. And so the next matchup of the night was Out the Mud with Scripps versus Hank and Tate. And so I felt like they went extra hard to emphasize. Thank you. They went extra hard to emphasize the names of Out the Mud or OTM. They kept like really going extra about it. I just, so there was some moments. So first, so the family welcomed Angel Garza and Humberto and the Creed brothers to the dinner table, and then Out the Mud joined dinner like late, and then they offered, you know, all three other men, I guess, the match on No Mercy. And so I'm like, all right, I guess. But I did like that Hank and Tank started off this pretty hard. There was a lot of moments that they was delivering big stuff. I was like, okay, not bad. They were Out the Mud was there with Scripps, and I don't know why they keep holding on to Scripps. And I know Reggie. I don't why like I just feel like, you know, why are you there? I feel like I can't take them seriously with you being there. But I think they did a little bit more work, but they were, you know, all right. There was a nice couple of back and forth between them. And it was a nice burst of offense from Hank and Tank. However, Out the Mud was able to kind of steal it. Scripps kind of caused a distraction and allowed Brock Onema and Lucian Price, who is again Out the Mud, to win with an assisted slam. It was okay. Not super like great, but not bad. And I guess it gives the other team some more time. They could probably be a decent group, honestly, if they give them more time. But it wasn't bad. What were your thoughts for this matchup?
Well, I mean, I thought it was cute. I don't think it was meant to be like some amazing match. I just think it was supposed to reestablish out the mud. Since they were taking, I think they took like an unnecessary loss like a week or two ago. I forgot when it was, but it shouldn't have happened. Especially since they just got here. It was very ridiculous. I don't like the name. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of letters. You can say that I'm being stupid because I don't want to say a lot of letters, but I don't. I don't want to say a lot of a lot of things. Out the mud. You want me to say that all the time? I don't have the time for that. And then like Scripps is probably like out the mud, yeah, out the mud, yeah. I can't take him seriously. He's in the camera like this, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I want Axiom to kick you again. That's what came through my mind when he was doing it. Why are you doing that? Like, I felt so uncomfortable. I couldn't help but scream laughter because why are you going like this in my face? Why? I can't. And then you got Hank and Tank out here dressed like they're about to do an oil change with them tight ass jean shorts. As I said to Roderick earlier, there's only one person that can wear jean shorts and thrive.
That's true. I have to agree there. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's so true. He's the only one. He's like, oh, that's why. Oh, it's Shawn Michaels. If y'all seen Shawn Michaels shorts back in the day, he's another one. Did he? I don't know. Cause I feel like let Scripps do that in like, okay, so me and Shay are New Yorkers. I feel like let Scripps do this shit on the MTA train and how that's gonna play. I just do that to somebody from New York and watch what's gonna happen to him. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like I agree.
That's how I start threatening people. Just going like this.
That's what I need to say now. Instead of me writing bad emails, let me just get a gift of me doing that instead of me sending a bad email.
Shawn Michaels, didn't he say something about CM Punk? I want to see a mic off between CM Punk and Scripps. Make it happen, Shawn Michaels. I'm waiting on you. I want to see Scripps go like this in CM Punk's face. Out the mud.
I don't know. I feel like just like honestly, truly, like in New York, I just want him do that in New York, please do that in New York. I can laugh now. And I see you mentioned Red Velvet, but hers was at least like she was Red Velvet. You think of mixing up cake mix, maybe some pound cake, some cheesecake. I don't know. That's not too bad. What is Scripps doing? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. As far as CM Punk, I wouldn't mind. I could have all the wrestling fans cry. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be laughing. Okay. The CM Punk's theses that we've been getting since he left AEW fired him has been insane. I'm like, oh, you guys are hurt. Oh, CM Punk is a menace. I'm gonna tell you who else is a menace. There's a couple of them in AEW. The ones who like write tweets and then cry, or Twitter fingers Tony, TFT. Definitely we do some shenanigans, but I wouldn't mind it. I don't think he'd go to NXT only because that's too big for him. He's too big for that. But I wouldn't mind seeing him be like, surprise! I guarantee you that NXT audience wouldn't know how to act. I guarantee they're gonna be confused and they should boo and cheer. Guarantee it.
Deserve good things.
Oh man. I'm trying here, okay. So yeah, let's now get to there's two segments after this. One being with a complete vignette for Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton for No Mercy, and then Blair Davenport warning Gigi Dolan that she did not let people get back up when she attacked them, and then she assaulted her later on in the locker room. So what were your thoughts about that?
I think Becky versus Tiffany 2 is gonna be even better than the first one because I think by far, like that was definitely Tiffany's best match. And I think that if they could capture that and then take it up another notch, even better. So I'm excited to see it just because what I've gotten so far from them is good match. And if you're gonna give me a good match, I'm all for it. But Becky needs to be winning that at the end of it. I want to see Becky with a long reign or a pretty decent reign. And in terms of what was the other thing you said? I'm sorry, my brain is on like mush today.
Blair and Gigi.
Blair, we gonna have to stop doing this. Stop beating up on my people like this. Every time. I'm so tired of it. But you know what? Gigi's gonna get her back. I'm not nervous about that. I think that they're doing a lot to kind of like occupy Gigi because they're just not ready to put her in that title picture yet. But I do think at some point she will get there. Like I just think she has an aura about her. I can't explain it, but I'm such a fan of her. So watch out, Blair. But I am a fan of Blair too. So watch out, Gigi. I don't know.
No, I mean I'm a fan. Well, I mean I like Blair more than Gigi, and this is just personally. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, would have anything have not been disrespectful for NXT? Let's get a call. Like, how much you're just thinking about? We're just thinking about all the stuff that Blair has done, or all this that happened in NXT, like just the parking lot alone. I feel like with everything ever been respectful. As far as Jade Carr goes, I do think it's a very funny how a change happened in a couple of years because she was so adamant she would never go to WWE, and then she's here, and so I'm like, okay, well, let's see what they do. Do I think she needs to start NXT? I do, and I might get some slack for saying this, but I also always said, well, she's a pretty lady, and I like that they try to make her like undefeated. I do think they booked her in a way purposely with certain people to keep that where it won't look too crazy. And I do think she needs a little bit more tweaking, and I stand by that. But I think it's a fantastic move. And as far as talking about Bianca, I was like, man, let's calm that down. Like, you pretty and all, but let's tone that down a bit. Talk about Bianca, like, ma'am.
I don't know where she's gonna go though. Like, I really don't know.
I do think she needs to be in NXT. I know people, like her in AEW, but she needs to just a little bit. She's gotten better, but she still needs some tweaking and some tuning. I've always said that. So I feel like I will be a little bit more annoyed as she goes to the main roster. You're gonna see that she needs that. I don't know. But just don't be coming for Bianca. I'm like, if you want to take on Charlotte, because fine, do you, sis, but you leave Bianca alone. Okay, you leave Bianca alone. Don't play this kind of game. Okay, Bianca is that girl. And she was that girl, for some time. Let's stop these games, okay? People knew wrestling because of Bianca, and so I just think, like, let's calm that down. She's talking real crazy. I was like, oh, Rich, with the tweets. Okay, I guess. This must be that AEW still running in you. Just talk shit on Twitter. But yes, I think she needs to go to NXT first. But we'll see. Again, I think it's a good signing, though. Oh, yeah. 2025. Yeah, well, if you give me another year, then maybe I can agree with that. I just feel like if she comes and thinks she's about to take on Bianca, the amount of shit I'm gonna talk. I was gonna rant before. It's gonna be a big rant in that one. Like, it's like, yeah, 2025 is fine. It's a whole year, some change. That's fine. I just feel like if she thinks she's coming right to Bianca, stop it. So we'll see. But now let's get into, we were talking about shorts not that long ago. Let's get into our matchup, which was the strap match with Dijak versus Eddie Thrope. And so Dijak did do stuff because apparently Eddie's family was there, and he did a lot of stuff. You have it though. It was time for a rant. He kind of beat him up in front of the family and his little niece. I was like, oh, that's not cool. Dijak wrapped like the white belt around his fist, but Eddie docked the shot at one point and smacked Dijak with the strap, and I was like, "That's right, Eddie," because Dijak already has audacity. When somebody wears sunglasses in a dark room, I can't even take you seriously. So this is what you get. This is what you deserve, Dijak. Okay, and so I felt like the crowd was kind of making me mad too. I felt like the crowd was not hyping it up the way it could have been. I thought this was a pretty solid match. I thought that while they did use the strap consistently, they could have probably been just a tad bit more creative. And I don't know. I felt like it was like a 10-minute runtime, so it gave them a little bit more time. But he pretty much brutalized Eddie for a good chunk of this match. Threw him around the ring, into the barricade. It was a lot happening. But I think once Eddie kind of turned the tide a little bit, it did seem like the crowd got more into it. And I thought this could have been a lot more brutal than it was, considering everything that led up to this. And I don't really get I don't feel like it's going to be over. You would hope that this would be the end of the feud, but I don't really see that happening. I don't think the feud is necessarily over with the two of them. But Eddie wind up doing a diving elbow with the strap around his elbow to win. And then afterward, Dijak did like wrap Eddie's feet in the turnbuckle and kind of hit him a lot with the white belt. So I'm not sure where they're gonna go with this, unless they do something like similar back to that NXT Underground matchup again, or they need to raise the stakes a little bit. But it wasn't bad. But I thought they could have done more. What were your thoughts on this matchup?
This was so nasty. Like, honestly, I wanted Dijak to be locked up, truth be told. Because how dare you? You can't even take a loss with dignity. That you would do this in front of his family, whip him with a belt upside down? Barbaric? So barbaric and evil. You know what, Eddie? What you need to do is they need to have a woods match. Drag Dijak into the woods and beat him with sticks nearby. Since you're going to be beating people with things, do that. And throw stones at him, pebbles even, just for the extra added painful effect. Are they having a match at No Mercy or no?
I don't think so.
They should have a match at No Mercy. It should be like a cage match or something really brutal. I need Eddie to whoop Dijak because this is disgusting. He has cost Eddie matches. He has attacked him randomly. Now you're beating him in front of his sweet little niece. Dijak, you're a monster. And Eddie, he knows exactly how to deal with monsters. So be ready.
Yeah, I just need to put this up because hold on, where is the match in the woods?
That's what they need.
I just,
And think about it, because Dijak beat up on that tree. The trees need to get their lick back as well, so they need to jump him.
So what I'm hearing is Dijak is not for the environment. Is what I'm getting.
No, he's not.
Crazy work. I mean, you know what? I feel like I'd be okay with the woods because everybody else is going there and nothing's happening. Like if you're gonna take the time to go to the woods just because, doing white people stuff, and there's no offense to anybody white watching this. I feel like we know when I say this, it's like there's certain things we do not do, and one of those things that Katrina don't do is I don't go into the woods. What am I going to the woods for? What is in the woods for Katrina? Nothing. Right? I don't do that. So,
Why do you lie like that? Why? You're making it seem like Eddie started with Dijak. Literally, Dijak started with Eddie because he's like, you think you're tough? You're not the toughest guy here. I'm the toughest guy here because I wear glasses inside.
So he thought he was Diddy.
Meanwhile, he don't want it. He don't want the real smoke. Go bother somebody who's gonna really pull you up on it.
Yeah, I have to agree there. I feel like if you're gonna go to the woods, that's the least. Like, get something because I'm getting tired of everybody going to the woods and then it's happening. And then it's happening. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I just
Oh, let me see.
wait. What do we think about
In
what happened?
2024, Women's Royal Rumble, the special Glow Return premiere entry. The Impact Wrestling Knockouts World Champion Trinity, Bianca, Cameron, Mercedes Monet, Jade Cargill, first Royal Rumble. Hmm.
Um, I mean, I feel like if you're gonna make a big deal, if she doesn't, I don't think she. I don't know about Survivor Series, but the Rumble will be fine for Jade, honestly. If they're gonna really like announce her, I feel like it has to be one of the major pay per views. Otherwise, her extra they went to announce her being signed will be for nothing. So I do think it should be one of the main pay per views. As far as the Glow return premiere, it's cool. Show's pretty solid. But yeah, yeah. Uh, and so let's move on along to our matchup with Danny Palmer versus Thea Hall, who was accompanied by JC Jane. And so, again, before the match, Blair Darnput made fun of Gigi, who was no longer able to compete because there was a backstage tag. And so Thea did show up her new look backstage. Chase Yu. Andre didn't really seem happy with it, but Duke seemed to calm him down. She also unveiled a new entrance theme to the ring. And so I felt this was another squash. It made me sad because first, Danny did a lot of stuff gymnastic wise, and I thought she looked really good doing it. I was like, okay, all right, I like it, I like it. But then all of a sudden, it just was like different. I don't know. It was like it felt like Danny did most of the work in this very short match, and it only took Thea one moment. And so it was where Thea was able to duck a corkscrew moonsault and then locked into her Kimura lock, and she did defeat Danny Palmer with a submission. While I do like the reburn so far, trying to move her away from Chase Yu, I don't think this helped her case by having Danny kind of do most of the work in this matchup. It made her look weak. And while I know they're trying to make her look strong, have her with JC, or maybe they put JC with her because JC's not doing anything, but they put her with JC, and then you have this whole new look, new theme. You're pretty much saying like F Chase Yu, and so that's fine. But I feel like having Danny do most of the work for her to take that one move and win. I'm like, get real. Like realistically, I would have to flip Thea Hall. I'm like, if somebody pitched that to me, I'm like, I'm not doing that. And maybe it makes me sound really extra if I was a wrestler, but like, why? Why? JC also did Chase Yu during the win until she hugged her, and there was a lot of that happening. But I don't know. I feel like they need to give her also some more moves to her set. So she has a Kimura lock. Kimura lock is definitely a good submission, but if you're trying to make her dangerous, so it seemed like she's better now than Chase Yu, give her some more solid moves to work with that Kimura lock personally. And so that's my problem with that now. But I like her. I just felt like this didn't help her case as being more tough when you got beat up for the check of the time and then you did the one thing and it was over. And I'm just like, this made you feel like you got a lucky break. You know what I mean? I didn't get the vibes that she was supposed to be tough or badass. And so that's just me. But I like Thea Hail. I just didn't really like this. I didn't feel like this helped her character currently. But what were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, it was really short. I do agree. Danny did end up doing a lot, but I noticed that a lot in most of her matches that she does end up doing a lot of the flashy work and then just kind of taking the fall sometimes, which sucks. But I mean, I'm sure her ticket's going to get pulled at some point and she's going to start getting that momentum. You know how it is in the beginning when you first start out. Sometimes you got to take some L's. Thea, I didn't like the entrance music. I'm going to be honest. It's just I wasn't gelling with it too much. The ring gear was super cute though. And I see like her and JC with the same hairstyle. So I don't know if they're going to become an official, unofficial tag team or something, but I wouldn't be against it. We'll just see where it goes. But I'm really trying to figure out what the end game is. I feel like they've been messing with Andre. Like, I feel so bad for Andre Chase because he's being messed with outside parties for like a year and a half almost at this point, and somehow still comes out seeming like the villain when he's just minding his business. He had to drag some people on Twitter. He had to drag JC and Zoe Stark. You know what? And I said, you know what, Andre, good for you. Stand up for yourself. Because they keep coming for you. So now it's time. Now it's time for you to fight back. Because Zoe tried it. And then he had to do that tweet where he shared her getting put down by Nia Jax and said, I would have threw the towel in for you. And I said, you know what? That's right, Andre. Stop letting them come for you. I'm done with it. Thea, I don't know what's going on with you. Again, as I said, Andre, send her papers to ICDC. Send them over. Look at the evil. Look at the face she's making. Like, this girl is. You know what, Thea? If that's what you want, girl. Oh, you heard an echo?
Sorry, I don't really know where it's coming from. It might be StreamYard. StreamYard's always doing shenanigans.
Yeah.
But I'm laughing because one, the expression, but two, it was also that you said ICDC, like not with a Romeo's college.
She gotta go somewhere. Not here.
Oh man, I do think that, you know, I don't know, I feel like she does need to be more appreciative. You know, I don't know how else she can do that, but I do think she definitely needs to be a little bit more appreciative. And I'm gonna have to disagree there, Ron. I don't know how she's a good friend when she already backstabbed another friend. I feel like I'm a believer in past behaviors. Like, sure, people can get better, of course they can, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. If somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. So I just feel like JC, you can't really trust that. She didn't backstab Gigi with no problem. And then she took it there. So then she tried to do extra. I'm sure Gigi kind of gave ammunition by telling a story about her mom that nobody asked for. But the point is, you know, you can't trust a friend like that. So I don't know. Like, did you not see the show that we saw? Have you not seen that? Because we saw it. Like, just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But this now moves us to our number one contender match for the North American Championship, which was between Dragon Lee, Tyler Bate, Trick Williams, and Axiom. And so this was a solid match. Dominic was not happy to hear that there will be a number one contender triple match to determine his challenger at No Mercy. And then, you know, in the locker room, Trick did reveal to Tyler Bate and Axiom that he'd been added to the triple threat, and they were not happy, and both kind of attacked him at the bell, which I understand. Trick did tell Carmelo Hayes about his title opportunity, but it seemed like, you know, Carmelo was a bit distracted because he's caring for his contract signing and all. And so there was a moment, you know, where Trick had, you know, Dragon Lee in a Boston Crab, and then Tyler Bate locked Dragon Lee in an armbar, and then Axiom ran in and locked Trick in a headlock, which was a really nice sequence between them. And while this felt a little bit chaotic, I thought this was a really solid, I thought it was really solid. I felt like all of them really delivered and sold the importance of making it to the number one contender to face Dominic Mysterio. Axiom was like, he felt on, you know, Trick fell onto Axiom in the ring. And then he did something else, kind of wiped Dragon Lee and Tyler Bate out, which I thought was really solid. But obviously the story here is, as much as, you know, we like Axiom and Dragon Lee is pretty solid, the story here was about Trick Williams because he's trying to win his first title. He's trying to also show that he's important to Carmelo and that he doesn't need Carmelo. And he was definitely outmatched, you know, by the athleticism of the rest of the three. There was clearly he was, but I do think that he was the right person for this match. And so Trick did win this matchup, but you know he will earn the NXT American Championship match at No Mercy. I do think that Tyler Barrett and Axiom deserve a shot on their own. But obviously, Dragon Lee was somebody who really couldn't finish the story as he fought Dominic twice and didn't win. And I don't know if the crowd really bought this whole Trick beating Dominic yet. But otherwise, this is a really solid match, probably the best match of the night, honestly. I thought it was very well done. And again, while Trick was not the most athletic, um, it was the right move, I feel. But with that being said, I don't think he's beating Dominic. I would actually be very surprised. I don't know why. Like, I would be surprised to have. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's winning it. I think he's going to give a good showing, though. But yeah, that's how that match went. What were your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, no, they killed it. Oh, they really, really killed it. Honestly, I loved a lot about the match, and I agree. Trick is not all the way there with them, but he's on the way. And I think I was talking to Roderick earlier during my Twitch stream, where basically it was like we all felt like Dragon Lee was definitely going to be that person to take the title from Dominic, or it felt that way. But sometimes when someone's star just keeps rising, you see how the crowd is reacting, you kind of have to just on the fly kind of switch things, similar to like, stuff with, Batista won the Rumble. But, Yes Mania was in full effect. Sometimes you just have to flip the switch. And I think Trick might give an upset. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I feel like we might get an upset and Trick might win. I don't know why, but I feel compelled that it will happen because the way that they went about stuff, putting him in this match last minute like that, like it feels like he's gonna. It just feels like it. That's the best way I could say it. I wouldn't be mad. I think they don't like to have too many main roster people in NXT at once. So I feel like now that Becky is taking up residency full time for a little bit, it's time for Dominic to go back up. I don't think they wanted to do the whole Judgment Day has all the gold for too long. I think they just wanted it for the photo ops. Now, Dominic can go back up because there's a lot going on up there. As you see, they need him up there.
That is true. To be fair, Dominic does it. I feel like they usually save. Dominic does this. He does a couple of times when he had to save, but it was mostly, I feel like Rhea does the saving more than Dominic. So I don't know. I feel like she's usually the one on it. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. I just would be very surprised. I feel like you have to really make Trick better come out looking, because I felt like, unfortunately, with this matchup, he did not look his best because of the three that he was in the match with, and that was unfortunate because you saw it. And so it's like when you have somebody like Dom, who, why he's not as athletic as the other three, he's beaten pretty solid people too, even with shenanigans happening. And so you have to make Trick has to really be on his A game. And I'm not that I will be upset at him winning because I wouldn't. I will be surprised only because of, like, you really got to come with your A game if I'm supposed to believe that you're going to be champion. Because what are you going to do? Like when let's say Dom goes back, that means you have more people wanting that championship. And if you go against a Tyler Beat or you go against an Axion, how long will you keep that title? I feel like that's what it is. So he has to come out like really, really on it. But I'm excited either way for the match. I think it'll be a solid pay-per-view in general. Which now leads us to the contract signing between Alan Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. And so first there was a segment where NXT did show an unseen figure watching some early highlights of Brian Pillman. And if anybody knew who Brian Pillman is, obviously this is probably Brian Pillman Jr. We do know he did make it to WWE as well. And so he's cool. I mean, there was like, he was on car show, and then he was doing like a promo, and he was like had his girlfriend in the car, and nothing to her. It was just mad random, and it was just like, what does that do anything? Like, it was just random to me. But I'm excited to see what he does in NXT, honestly, and so that'd be cool. But anyway, back to the segment. Alan Dragunov, what happened?
Oh, sorry. I think for me, ever since I saw the Dark Side of the Ring with Brian Pillman, you know me, I've said I had a hair like fall from my face and it was driving me nuts. But yeah, ever since I watched Dark Side of the Ring for Brian Pillman, I said I just want the best for this entire family. I after just seeing that, like I'm like, yeah. So he already had a built-in fan with me. I'm riding hard for him regardless. Really.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely felt we both kind of said we just wanted him to have good things. I feel like after all of that, and I feel like there's a lot with like a lot of the people that was on Dark Side of the Ring in some capacity. I'm just like, God damn, like we just want you guys to be happy because like, God damn it so much. But I'm excited again to see what he's going to do in NXT. I think obviously it's the right move. Start him in NXT. Start him in NXT. I agree. I feel like he goes right to the main roster because his dad was his dad, and because his dad wrestled with Stone Cold at some point, he will automatically be put in an unfair space. And so let him start in NXT. Let him build his character there first. But yeah, and so back to the segment with Carmelo and Iron Dragunov. Dragunov did question what Carmelo would do if he cannot keep, him down. Carmelo listed all the men that he has beaten, including Trick, which I don't even know why he needed to say that. I was like, well, I mean, all right, you did, but damn. Carmelo did seem confident, but I felt like Adam Dragunov mocked that. And like I said, I'm a fan of both of them, truly. This is going to be a match for me that I'm really not going to know how to feel, because it's like, I like Carmelo and I'm okay with him being champion, but I also like Alan Dragunov and I will be okay with him winning it as well. And being that particularly Alan Dragunov lost his belt for no reason because of the injury, I just feel like I'd be okay if he goes, yay, surprise. And so, I mean, okay, so Alan Dragunov definitely was mocking the confidence. And then after their contract was signed, Carmelo did say, that he would not lose. I do think what I will say is Carmelo has a hard time selling the whole vulnerable thing, but I think it's because he's normally cocky. And so everybody can't pull off both sides. It's very hard to do. I can probably give you maybe two wrestlers I know that can pull it off well while being cocky, and also give like kind of feeling vulnerable for them. And I don't feel like Carmelo's one of the people who can do that. But otherwise, I thought this was a decent enough segment to close out before the show on Saturday. And I actually also think that Alan Dragunov is probably his best opponent. And this is saying a lot considering he went against Braun Breaker. But Alan Dragunov, to me, is a better wrestler than Braun Breaker. And this is now going back to NXT UK for me. He's just, he's amazing. And so I feel like this is definitely Carmelo's best opponent. I think they're playing with the fact that Alan Dragunov is not as big as most competitors. And that's probably why he has like a short fuse, honestly. But my thing is, I thought they really did deliver a Great American Bash. So it's like, will this be better than that? Will we be a little bit spoiled by Great American Bash that we might be like, I don't know how I feel about this matchup again, because it might not deliver the same? Because sometimes as fans we do this, we all do, where you're like, a match is so good the first time, you're like, I'm not about the second one, it might not be as good. And so, who knows? But yes, that was the segment. So what were your thoughts on this segment?
Let's just talk about, if you could just wait, if I could just put this photo back up real quick. It just look at goatee. Can you see? Look at the confidence in the face. Look at the hand placement. Did you see when they showed the close up of him looking at the title?
Crazy.
His expression
was so extra on that.
He was like, so he looked like Gene Snitsky looking at Michael Cole. It was like, sorry, like he did that. That man is winning, and I think I'm gonna say a hot take. They're gonna top their last encounter. They're gonna top it, and we're all gonna be gasping for air on Saturday. I'm ready. And Dragunov,
which are the matches gonna stress me out the most, honestly, because I like them both. I like them both truly. I feel like with some of these other matches, there's not people where I'm like going to be distressed about, but except for Tiffany and Becky because nobody needs that. But outside of that, I'm going to be stressed about this match because it's like Carmelo, you have Alan Dragunov. I like them both, but as I've said, Alan Dragunov is my guy. He never technically lost the title. He got put in a match, and then Braun took it, and then they took the title and put it together, and then he really never had it. And so, no, you know what? She was a fan, but I feel like the goatee just made it better. I feel like she was like, you know what? Now he's a top tier level because of the goatee. And I have to admit, I'm somebody who don't particularly always like facial hair. To be fair, Roman Reigns in particular look a little better with facial hair than he did without. I was like, oh, Joe, you Joe without facial hair, but with facial hair, you a tribal chief vibes. And I see, I'm like, Dragunov's got a good goatee. All of a sudden, even his dressing was better. Like, I felt like he started to feel himself too. Like, y'all not gonna tell me I see him coming with his shoes that he wasn't ready. Like, when you're doing stuff in shoes, personally, when you know your shoes might be a little bit tight, and you still got time, for me, it's like, oh, you clearly give no shits because your feet is probably pinching and stuff, and you just ready to do all types of stuff. I'm with it, so I get it.
Look at how intriguing I am with my goatee, okay? I'm just saying, the goatee is undefeated. Since he has gotten the goatee, he has been on point. He will agree. You see it? He's been growing it out, and he's been before he just had it there, and then he started doing stuff to it because he knows the power of the goatee. Guys, I'm not making this up. There's power in the goatee. And he's winning. And he's wearing turtlenecks. We all know the power of a turtleneck. I wore it.
Think about The Rock. He had the turtleneck thing happening, guys. I'm just, I'm just saying. I don't know. I like Carmelo, but I would not be mad at Alan Dragunov. I truly will not be. That's my guy. Always my guy. And so I think that's the match that stresses me out the most. I feel like all the other matches are cool, but I'm not going to be like, oh man, who's winning this? No, Carmelo and Dragunov's gonna have me feeling like how my friend did that year during the Giants versus the Patriots, and when the Giants won, he ripped his shirt open, like the Incredible Hulk. And he just went like this, and I was like, bro, what's happening here? Like, what's going on? That's not the kind of party I'm here for. And he just ripped the shirt open, and I was like, oh. And I feel like that's the vibes of I might have to be near that vibes of them, but
I think you might be right, Jeffrey.
I do think he's probably going to move up, and I honestly like to see him in freaking Montez Ford, truly. And my reason for that is because Carmelo's cocky, but Montez Ford's semi-cocky, and he's not working with Bobby Lashley and stuff. I want to see that, truly. And I also want to see him with Seth Rollins. Carmelo. I don't know if he can handle Roman Reigns just yet, we'll be honest. I feel like I like you, Carmelo, but I have to choose. Y'all know who I'm choosing. That's okay, it's tribal chief time all the time. Facebook reminded me of these crazy statuses I was writing about Roman Reigns. Crazy. I was like, oh, I wrote this. I needed some holy water, possibly. Maybe I was right. It was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, I said this. Oh. Man. Right. No, I'm talking to the staff. I was like, Wendy's. With that being said, though, I think this is going to be a fantastic card. I'm hoping though, I don't have to go on the live because I swear, I swear on everything. If Tiffany, I'm gonna have to go on Instagram live. And I don't like to do lives, but I'm gonna do a live that time. They're gonna get a live rant right after the pay-per-view. They're gonna get that variant. But I'm not gonna wait till next week for Thursday.
So specific. This is so specific.
First of all, because Oshkosh, gosh, do they even still make clothes? I would say because my siblings wore Oshkosh, and I think at one point my oldest daughter, I put her in a couple of Oshkosh pieces. I'm not gonna lie, I did. But that is extremely specific because I can dead picture the college dress. I can't. It's gonna be a yes. I know you're saying don't too. It's gonna be a yes. I swear, if shenanigans happen, I'm gonna have to go on the live, and I don't want to do that, but I will. They're gonna see me looking real crazy too because I'm probably gonna be comfortable by that point. So my hair might be up. I might have my scarf on and be like, listen, guys, because I can't take my scarf down now because we're playing games. We playing games. But I do think, before I get into like the other stuff, there was a one more segment with Braun and Baron apparently still fighting in the parking lot because everything goes down in the parking lot, and they did brawl all the way to Shawn Michaels' office, which I was just like, that's mad random to go to his office. Personally, Shawn need to put his foot down.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry, wait a minute, because while you play games, like, he's wearing the snappy.
Oh my god! Stop! Don't comfort it, because I literally have a turtleneck that snaps in the middle. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm a good person. Don't.
I mean, and to be fair, while I don't have a turtleneck that snaps, I do have like 2 shirts that snap down in the middle as well, but it's not a turtleneck. So I can't even say too much. I definitely do have 2 body, and then they call bodysuits when it's women. Bodysuits. I do have some of those. I do. That was really specific because now I'm gonna see that when I see him in a turtleneck, and that's not even right. that's not even right. Now I'm gonna see. I'm like, he's wearing a snappy, and now it's gonna mess up the vibes. It's gonna mess up all the vibes. And that's not even right. Like, we don't need to do snappies. Like, that's so, but otherwise,
I've never been dragged like this in my life.
I just, like, I mean, I see, like, come on, why are we gonna violate like this? Like, the Velcro tabs, that's the cheap stuff too, because Velcro is cheap. Y'all know that it's cheap. That's not even right. That's not even necessary. Like, why are you dragging? I'm dragging up. What did he do to you? Okay, only some people get dragged. Like Cody Rhodes, he can get dragged. He can get dragged all over. But
dragging your future NXT champion like that? How dare you?
Praise. But yeah, Shawn was clearly minded. I don't know how he would hear all that, because like, how you not hear any of that? Braun's a big guy, Baron's a big guy. Like, why are you playing games? You heard that, Shawn.
Shawn
okay,
busy. He's busy trying to get Jade on his roster, okay? He don't got time for this.
You might want to change. That's not. Yeah, like, I mean, at least I'm not. See, to be fair, I don't have a turtleneck one, but I do have 2 shirts that snap. I definitely do. Not a turtleneck because I hate turtlenecks. But he, like, Amazing Tribe just came on in just right for the juggler, like, goddamn. And now that I'm gonna see Adam Dragunov with a turtleneck, I'm gonna assume that's like, why would you do that? Because now I'm gonna see him with a snappy, and I didn't want to see him in that way, right? That's my guy right there. I don't want to see him like he's like not that tall either, and he's wearing a snappy. Like, why would you do that? Put that image in my head. That's not even right. Like, seriously. But that was pretty much the end of NXT. We appreciate you, Roger, for this. I did tell you the rants was coming. Rants don't go, like, the rants are always going to be around. I feel like unless I croak, then the rants is going to be here. Stop putting this negative energy in the air. I'm trying to end this show on a good note. Okay, I'm trying to have positivity. I'm trying to use the power of positivity like the new day. That's what I'm trying to use. Okay, and you just put these type of negativity in the air. Okay, and I see this also negativity in the air, and I'm trying to end NXT on a good note. So clearly, I do shenanigans. But that was the end of NXT. Thank you guys as always for hanging out with us, and you guys have been an absolutely fantastic chat today. So thank you for that. Why? See, I just said, I said I'm trying to be in the power of positivity. Stop. Nah, Boris, I know exactly who that is. Oh my God, stop. And if you don't know who that is, Shay, just please look that up.
Let me look this up. Hold up.
Look up Come on.
Let me see this. This is crazy.
Look him up for Rocky Bowie. I know exactly what that is. That is insane.
Oh my god. Boris Bandanov. Okay. Let me see.
Yes, Rocky. Like you, like look how he like stops. That's not even right.
Why did it change it to a bunch of dogs with bandanas on? Like, I don't know what. I actually hate autocorrect so much. I hate her. Stop. Why? Stop.
I said look him up. Exactly. That's so unnecessary. Why? Like, come on. You're like so specific with your criticisms right now. Like, stop playing. Oh my god. Kip is my guy. You know, he's my guy. Kent is cool, but he's not Chris Sabin. You know, he's not Chris. Like him and Alex Kelly are my guys. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with us as always. Shay, tell the people where they can find you and what's happening.
That is awesome, by the way, Jeffrey. You can find me at the Big Pop Theory podcast. Every Monday we have a new episode on Google apps. I forgot. So Google something. Apple and Spotify. And we're working on YouTube. You see, we're doing stuff. We're starting to get more visual stuff with YouTube. So Thursdays, you can catch me here with the Big Pop Theory podcast for NXT. And later tonight, you can catch me for the Challenge USA. We're getting close to the end because the Challenge 39 will be starting on MTV soon. So catch me later with Mike Knox. 3 X's.
3 X's. Oh, y'all just starting now. We trying to end the show and y'all just putting it all in there. You put Damian Priest for champ.
Whoa!
You bring it up to the road into the Mahal. Like, y'all really trying right now.
No, he's not going to be champ. He's going to fail his cash in, or Finn is going to steal it from him. One or the other. He's not.
Thank you.
I was saying it's so cool, right?
All right, first of all, guys, I really did. I wanted to make it different and pop for us. As for me, in Cat We Trust on all social media, Thread, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram is 3. I am actually working on preparing my channel for some horror stuff because if anybody knows how I am about horror and creepy stuff on a regular basis, because Halloween is light work. I am doing more creepy content on my channel for October. I already set quite a few dates already of doing some content, so I'm super excited about that. I also have an interview coming up as well. Fingers crossed I can get Ruby back on the podcast because she also likes horror stuff, and so hopefully. But yes, that's what's happening on my end. I did get accepted 2 different writing positions, so that's been pretty freaking cool, honestly. And you can catch me on Mondays with Stephanie on In Cat We Trust and the Hardy Wrestling Podcast, Talk Wow, and back here on In Cat We Trust again, and the Big Pop Theory with my twin Shay to talk NXT. But this has been you know what? And I love to use the word shenanigans. That is like a top tier word for me. You know what? I gotta put that in there. You know what? If I make this happen, I will definitely put that this is from you because, like, I do rants even with other people's shenanigans. I had to do a couple of rants and emails like literally last week, so it's crazy. So I do this every time. But as always, guys, we are truly appreciate it of you guys for hanging in with us on our new journey of NXT. And making us laugh. Again, you guys were on it with the comments today. Like, y'all were on it. And so we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we will talk to you guys next week.